what's going to happen is this person here will have experienced a multi-dimensional realities. We would have moved from the world of this room to another dimension where strange creatures exist. They would have gone further back into the world of magic. Not real magic, but the kind of magic that is available to everybody, which is what? The magic of emotions. And then we're going to go to the ultimate mystery of being. The most difficult question in science, the inapproachable dimension of consciousness. We're going to go across universes literally, from the obvious to the mental, to the emotional, and to whatever lies beyond. This is a journey that anyone can have. And my opinion is anybody who doesn't know this will be at the mercy of what's coming with AI and all the other nonsense, Trump included. The purpose of this video is to bring to the attention of the audience a few ideas that may be useful given the AI reality that we have now and what might happen in the future. So the point is, as we all know, at the level of information, AI is exceeding human capacity. A lot of people are using AI as a companion and all kinds of other funny things. And so I thought we would make a video to illustrate certain abilities that humans have that AI does not. In that way, by raising this kind of awareness and providing examples rather than just talking about, the audience may find it in themselves to go and explore these dimensions of human experience. And so the material that we're going to cover has 4 parts: the level of experience, the level of meaning, the level of value, and the level of consciousness. And these 4 actually come from neuroscience, and they relate to different parts of the brain. I'm not going to, as far as I'm aware, use any jargon at all. If anybody is interested, you can make comments on the video, and then I will share links of where you can find the technical background to all of this. But for the sake of this video, Richard and myself, my name is Panos Ladanas. This is Richard. We're having a conversation about aspects of human experience. Now, everybody understands, as we are sitting here, we're seeing each other, we're seeing the room, we're hearing, smelling, touching, tasting, okay? This is our experience. So we're going to start there and then go to another level. So if I were to say to you, when we have a conversation here, you hear what I say and you understand mostly, I hope.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but nobody asks, how does understanding happen? And so the first thing I want to try out with you is the following. If I were to say to you a simple word like, I don't know, cat, a cat, four legs and a tail, animal, yeah? In your mind, when you hear the word cat, what do you know about cats? Just go for it, whatever comes to mind.
The first word that came to mind was feline.
Okay. Just describe everything you know, all the information you have.
Okay, so it's very agile, yeah. They're very good hunters.
Continue as you are. What I'd like the audience to be doing is look at his face, and I will explain why. Okay, keep going, yeah.
All right, so they're very agile. They always land on their feet if they fall from a height. They are great with getting rid of mice and rats.
So let me ask you this. As you are describing these characteristics, right, are you seeing a cat in your mind? Okay, what color is it?
It's a white cat.
Okay. And can I assume that when you're looking at the cat, this room disappears?
Not entirely.
Well, it doesn't disappear, but I mean, your attention shifts to that other dimension.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you the first question on that. Were you consciously aware that you were looking at, what color was the cat?
It was actually like a slightly grayish.
Okay. So you're looking at this gray cat.
Yeah.
Okay. Were you consciously aware, before I asked you, are you seeing a cat? What color is it? That you physically, in your mind, looking at a gray cat? Or was it just somewhere happening and you're not really aware of it?
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, there was no color attributed to the cat. It was just the shape of a cat and
Uh-huh.
the kind of associated knowledge of the cat.
Okay. So this even
Eyes of the cat made.
so even initial the shape only without a color, were you consciously aware I'm seeing this shape, or was it just all happening outside of your conscious awareness?
I'm not sure I understand fully.
Okay.
And maybe
The more you know about cats, you say, well, feline, they catch rats, they do this, they move this way, and they do that. You were describing things, right?
Yeah.
As you were doing that, before I asked you, are you seeing something in your mind? Before I asked you,
Yeah.
were you aware that, hey, I'm seeing something in my mind and I'm describing it? Or were you just talking?
I did see some. I saw like an image of the cat falling and spinning and then landing on its feet.
Okay. But were you aware of it? Before I asked you to look
Not
for it.
really.
That's the thing.
No, not really.
So what are you describing is critical, because if I'm going to use the word video of the cat, okay,
Yeah, yeah.
all right. If the video of the cat wasn't playing in his mind, he would have nothing to say. So, I mean, let's test this. So, what do you know about Struphocamillos?
I don't even know.
Exactly. There's no video. The word means nothing. But if I say ostrich, you go, ah, okay, I get ostrich, and then the video starts playing. So therefore, the first thing we can say right now is, ah, okay, hang on. The speaker, in this case me, makes a sound, cat. This brain catches it and says, cat, what the hell up? And starts playing a video.
Mm.
The speaker is looking at the video initially without being aware of it. Now, this is really important, because this is why we call it subconscious experience. It's not unconscious, it is subconscious. In other words, it's just below conscious awareness. And he could have gone and saying, it catches rats and does this and does the other thing as the video unfolded. Now, let me ask you another thing. This cat, in whichever shape or form or color it was it doing what it wanted to do? Or did you say to the cat, now move your left leg, move your right leg, move your tail? Or was it just carrying on its own?
It was carrying on its own.
Okay. Which raises an interesting question, right?
Yeah.
Whose mind is it?
Yeah, I wasn't directing it. I was verbing what I kind of remember at
Ah,
cat. Yeah.
okay. And so we will go to another dimension in a second, but for now, we can say, wait a minute, at the visual level, purely visual, there was an unfolding experience below awareness based on which the word cat has meaning. So we can say, if this is the world of experience, the world of the cat is the world of knowing. Because if you don't have the video, the word has no meaning. And by the way, if I can just jump sideways for a second, in this conversation, anybody who's hearing this, it covers the whole of education theory. As students, technically, all they're doing, assuming it's possible, in a classroom, they're listening to what the person might be saying and making a movie. If they leave the class and they haven't made a movie of what the person was talking about, it's a complete waste of time. So that's just by the way. So back to our story now. So we have this cat, and it's a video in your mind, and it seems to have its own content. One can say, yeah, but I saw a cat and now I remember it. All of that is fine, but the fact is, there's a video running against which you're giving information. Okay. So now tell me, do you like cats?
I do. I do like cat.
So when you saw the cat in your mind, how far was it in your mind?
It wasn't a distance.
Like, where was it? Here? Or was it like, where was it? It must have been somewhere. If you saw it, it has to be somewhere. You said, if you said it uncolored, then you said it was slightly gray. Anyway,
Heavy, sort of a grayish
okay.
mixture of gray and yeah.
Okay, so now another interesting.
It was quite close actually. If I think about it, it was not a far distance away.
What's the hand?
I wasn't looking at it from the other side of the room. It was
close.
in the general.
Now, this is another dimension of communication, right? The mouth is talking, the mind is doing its own thing, the hands are also talking. And sometimes what the body says is not the same as what the mouth is saying, because initially he said, how far was it? No, well, it wasn't far, the mouth says, but the hands are already doing this. Oh, it must have been somewhere here. Okay. So if we start off by saying, assuming the cat was here when you saw it, okay, if you imagine it drifting away into the distance, going further and further over there, how do you feel as the cat is obviously getting smaller as it's moving away?
I wouldn't say sad, but it's kind of a slightly bittersweet.
Okay.
So sad, a little bit sad.
Tell me something. If the cat were to stay down there, would it feel normal to you, or will it be no, it's out of place? She must come back.
No, it must come closer, yeah.
And so what we are now creating, or not creating, becoming aware of, is that this inner world where the cat lives, the dimension of meaning, everything has a place in that. And if you move things out of whatever they are, you're going to get an effect. In the word you used was slightly uncomfortable or sad, call it sad, okay? As the cat moved away, clearly if the cat comes back, you feel better, right? And so on. So suddenly we're having a peculiar thing going on, which is what? If we were to take blood samples, right? And of course, we're playing games here with a cat. If this was a more serious word, something about which you might be emotionally charged, right? You would have hormonal changes. You can take blood samples and see before and after. And do you, oh, hang on. And so we could start almost to say, okay, there's a little bit of mind over matter going on here. But we'll come to that. And so now the first step is, in a conversation, every word that we hear in a very 200 millisecond range, meaning is evoked either by images or sound or feeling or mixture. In this case, it doesn't matter. So meaning is given to words through experiences that the brain runs as video. I'm using the word loosely. Now, let us go to a different dimension now. So we've covered the world of meaning. And by the way, for those who are interested in such things, Plato said there's a world of absolutes and perfection and all of that, the Platonic ideals. Well, we've just visited that world because that image of the cat is perfect. Whereas a physical cat might have a whisker here, a little bit something there. It's not as perfect as the ideal is. So for those interested in that, we just visited Plato's world. Okay? So let's go to another stage now. Let me ask you, can you think of something that you really want? Something, I really want this, that you can talk about, that you don't have. I don't know, I want to do this or be there or have something or whatever it is.
Anything.
It doesn't have to be huge, just something that you would like to have.
A multi-effect pedal for my guitar.
Fantastic. There we go. I mean, it's as simple as that, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So a multi-effect pedal for your guitar. All right. If you had this thing, where would you be most likely to be? Would you be in the house? Would you be in the garden? Where would you be?
In my office.
In your office. Okay, great. And what kind of time of day would it be? Morning, evening, afternoon?
Either early morning or late night. Late evening.
Okay, of the two, late evening sounds more.
Probably.
Right. And so it's late evening, you're in your office, you've got this fancy pedal, doing some sound effects, I assume. Okay.
Yeah.
As you experience yourself having the thing, how do you feel?
How would I feel?
How do you feel when you experience having the pedal in your office in the evening, playing the guitar and hearing all the effects that this thing can do?
It's pleasure.
Pleasure. And again, to be more precise, on a scale of 10, 10 is a lot, 1 is nothing, right? How much of that are you having now?
Relative to that.
Right now, yeah. How much of, on a scale of 10, how much of that pleasure are you having as we're talking?
It's not, it's difficult to say, actually.
No, just.
You mean if relative to what I'd have if I was playing with the pedal?
Yeah.
Probably. See, the challenge there is that when you've got this guitar pedal,
Yes,
I'm not sure if this is relevant.
of course.
It's a nice thing to have,
Yes.
but when you have it, it can become quite difficult to work with.
Okay.
The sound.
Oh, okay, wait. Let's run it forward into the future.
Yeah.
So you got the pedal, you know how to use it, and you master of the guitar, right?
Yeah.
You've come to the level of mastery. Not you just got it out the box and you're wondering how the hell does this work, right?
Yeah. So the challenge is you want the thing,
Yes.
and you've got an idea of what it's going to sound like, and then you get it, and it's not it's
Oh.
not exactly how you want it. So there's quite a bit of work involved.
Imagine the perfect pedal.
Okay.
And imagine
Very sound
you've
perfect.
mastered the bloody thing and
Yeah,
you know
then at the 10.
Right.
Then at the 10.
And you can see his face, right? It's really interesting because
Yeah.
there's no pedal here.
Yeah. You disappear into the sound. Yeah.
Exactly. Wow, what just happened? Now, another interesting thing, let's explore this for a moment, right? Okay. We started off about something that you already want. I didn't say, you go and imagine a better life, nothing. You said, I want this guitar pedal, got it. Did you have to visualize it? In other words, did you have to go, okay, now I have to concentrate and I have to meditate and now I can see the pedal? Or was it just
No,
like,
just
it was natural, right?
LEDs, keep screen.
Okay. So okay, that's number one. Number two, the pedal that you're having, there's no fiddle here. Whoa, how do you explain that?
Yeah, it feels pretty good. But
It does.
then there's also a sense of I don't have it. But
Don't pollute moment by saying, oh, well, I don't.
I must feel as if I have it.
Right now,
Okay.
allow yourself to be in a space where you have this pedal working perfectly and you're having the experience. And why not?
Yeah.
In that moment, what defines obvious? First of all, where's the feeling? The feeling of pleasure. Where is the feeling? Where is it actually?
It's got it through the whole body, you know.
Yeah.
Sort of,
You feel it, right? If not, well, if I had this pedal, I'm probably going to be happy. No, it's like I'm happy and I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Physical feeling.
Yeah. Now, another thing is, just to be clear, right? Somebody else who doesn't care about music, if you say, here's a pedal, what am I going to do with this? Now, chuck it out the window. No feeling. So the pedal itself is not the source of the good feeling.
No, it's what it can give you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You
It's what it allows.
put the meaning onto
The
it.
experience that it allows for.
When you see that thing, to me, I wouldn't even know what it is. I'll be looking, what are you supposed to do with it? What does it do? I don't know. What? Nothing. I wouldn't even want it. I'll probably give it to somebody. But in your mind, no, this is the pedal. And oh, such happiness comes. Wow. And you having the experience now in the absence of the thing. So where's the feeling then?
So can you say that again?
Does the feeling come from the pedal? Or is the feeling a potential that you have
It's in the mind. Then.
where the pedal just simply is the excuse to let the feeling manifest?
When you say to the mind, doesn't an idea or
I don't care. This is another dimension, the dimensional, I'm going to name it the dimensional value. And let's not worry about it, right? The fact is, there's a thing called the pedal, which doesn't exist right now.
Yeah.
You saw it in your mind, and it wasn't like, I have to concentrate. It just, boom, spontaneous. Your eyes lit up. You thought, wow, this is great. Okay. Which anybody watching this should be able to see. But hang on a minute. This guy is having a good experience with no pedal. Yeah. Why is it? Because we cross over from the level of experience to the level of meaning, where you saw the pedal, like you saw the catch.
Right.
And then we went to the next level. In that dimension of mental, let's call it, or whichever word you want to use, other dimension experience, we now added feeling on top of it.
Okay.
And I'm saying, this is my opinion, check me, right? I'm saying this feeling is in you now, obviously. Otherwise, how would you have it? In other words, you are capable of having this feeling, and all I have to say is pedal, and you go, pedal, right? Agreed.
Yeah.
Now,
But there is something you don't have it.
that's a different question.
That
Okay, let me imagine if you and I were, I don't know, 3-year-old, and we're running around, and I pick up a stick and I say, this is the magic sword Excalibur. And you say, yes, it is. Whatever nonsense as children we would imagine, nobody would say it isn't. Because at that age, it's a given that you pick up stuff and you make things with. Well, we're doing the same, except now we say, no. We had a bit of fun now, but I don't have the pedal really. So technically, I'm going to destroy my good feeling and say, no, I'm not happy.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, the potential of the feeling is in you already.
Yeah.
And this thing called pedal comes along and the feeling comes up.
Mm.
Whoa, hang on a minute. What does this mean?
What does it mean?
Yeah. Well, let's summarize. We started off at the level of experience. We said, you know what, AI, at the level of information and the level of experience, it's going to make people look really stupid. I mean, really. What can you imagine? What you cannot imagine? AI will say you can have it again, whatever it is. Information, experience, music, beautiful women, whatever it is. Boom, 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 there it is. Okay, fine. A human being who hasn't realized that there's the dimension of the cat, in other words, like a parallel universe where a cat just appeared, right? And it walked around and it did what cats do and it disappeared. Then a pedal appeared. Wow. And not only that, when the pedal appeared, it was magical. Like, oh my God, I'm so happy. Okay. There's no AI here. There's no pedal, nothing. And yet the possibility of stepping into that world was easy. You didn't have to suffer or consider nothing. It was natural. Wow. Okay. And again, if I may say, let's go back to the world of the pedal, okay? And you said it's evening, okay? And you're in your office, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, now let's design the office. Let's make it a musician's dream office. What guitar would you have? Like the best in the world. What could it be?
Oh, definitely a Stratocaster.
Great, you go with a Strat, right? And what color would it be?
It'll be natural wood finish.
Natural wood finish, fantastic. And you got the pedal. Yeah. What amp would you have?
A Laney Lionheart.
Okay, we know exactly which amp, and you can see where the amp is, and you can soundproof the room. You can create a beautiful chair for yourself, and you can have speakers like proper speakers, right? Okay, and suddenly you go wham, and every hair in your body goes ooh. Okay, wow, and there's none of that here. And see what happened.
Yeah, you can really feel it.
Right.
Quite amazing.
Every child knows this. It is not barely. But we say, no, no. I haven't got any of this. No, sorry, I have to be sad. It's weird.
It is
Isn't it weird?
It is very
Isn't
weird.
it weird?
Yeah.
And I might add, you know, again, I'm digressing on a different note now. Imagine a person who figured this out at an early age, especially at the time in human history where the environment was very difficult. You know, even 50, even 100, even 200 years ago, life was hard. There was no Woolworth. You couldn't go down to the shop, buy lunch, and come back. You had to grow. Food wasn't. Okay. Now imagine somebody at that stage who said, you know what? All of this stuff is in me already. And move themselves away from society so they don't have to play by society's rules, because in those days things were tough. If the king said something, you better jump, and so on. And then created an image, whether it was a pedal, a guitar, or a religious image, it doesn't matter. An image of something which is an ideal. And every day, this person gets up in the morning, drinks a little bit of water, looks at the image, and goes, pedal. And has the feeling. And they do it for an hour. And at lunch, they do it again. Before they go to sleep, they do it again. And they do this for 10 years. And it doesn't have to be a pedal. It can be something more significant.
But the question I have about that is,
Yeah.
If that particular thing didn't exist at that time.
Doesn't matter. It can be something that because remember, you didn't choose something from the future. You didn't say, well, in 100 years, Elon Musk would have created, I don't know what, and then no, I want a pedal now because why? This thing exists now.
I know about it.
So clearly the guy would have picked something, I don't know, that was appropriate to his age, right?
Yeah.
And so the thing is that the person would have chosen something that he found exciting back in his day.
Yep.
All I'm saying is, as an idea, aha, every day I'm going to consciously spend time looking, let's say looking, because hearing and all the other kind will follow, at this thing that for me represents something ideal. Now, it could be a religious image. Jesus, I don't know, whatever, anything. And you look at the picture and the feeling comes. If there's no feeling, it's useless, right? So we're assuming that the person has chosen something that is meaningful to them, right? And every day they spend, in the beginning, maybe 5 minutes, maybe an hour, maybe 10 hours, until they become immersed, not so much in the seeing of the image, but in the feeling. Because the question is this now. If you had in your mind to distinguish between seeing the guitar, seeing the speakers in this perfect room, beautifully painted, the chair, the pedal, the amp, everything, and then you get the feeling. At which point does your mind go, well, listen, I don't have to worry about all the stuff. I want the feeling. And the attention, all the guitar and everything disappear, and you're left with pure feeling. When does that happen? Interesting prospect, right?
This is a rhetorical question.
No, it's something to explore. Yeah, so run it for yourself, right? Put yourself in the office. Imagine the office perfectly done. The perfect color, the chair, the guitar, the amp, the speakers, everything is perfect. And you're in that space interacting. And then you realize, why am I doing all this? I'm doing all this because of the feeling that I get. At which point does your mind go, ha, 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 ha. It's not about the guitar. It's about the feeling. It's about the feeling. And then the attention goes on to the feeling. I'm asking, is it?
Yeah, you see, that's an interesting one because it does seem to be dependent on having the thing.
Test it. Don't think it. You see, now you're thinking. I'm saying, put yourself in the office. See the place. See the equipment. Hear the sound. Okay? Feel the reverberation of the sound. Smell the brand new leather of the chair or the guitar, whatever it is. Have the experience with the equipment. At which point do you realize all of this is only because of the feeling? And I will give you an example now to show you the opposite. I want you to explore this. Take a moment.
I'm battling with this one because the practical situation is that my office is not in a good state.
No.
So I'm heading in that direction, then I'll feel good.
Forget what you had. I'm saying the ideal office.
Yeah.
One, I don't know.
I'll put one down in that office.
Yes, in the best office in the world, in Memphis.
Elvis office. You know what I mean? Like one thing for nothing. Everything is there. Okay.
The millions in the bank, you broke the bed equipment, you're having the thing, you don't run, you hear it and you feel it. And at some point you go, actually, okay, let's run it the other way. Imagine being in the perfect office with the perfect equipment, right?
Yeah.
Everything is spotless. It's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
And you're hearing the music, remove the feeling. You can see everything. You can hear everything. No feeling. Nothing. It's just nothing. No feeling. Just
Yeah, it is.
So which one would you choose?
Sterile.
Having the guitar or having the feeling?
The feeling.
Done. That's the point.
Right. Okay, so the feeling is a separate thing to
The feeling is what makes the guitar valuable.
Right.
The guitar has no value. Some other kid would say, guitar, throw it away. I want a bicycle. What guitar? Nonsense.
So in a way, if I take the example of my existing office, which is not exactly perfect, someone else might think it's perfect and say, oh, this is the thing. This is the ultimate.
Yeah.
So it's
some refugee from, I don't know, Iran.
Yeah.
Right, being bombed to shit. Comes to your house, my God. You know, this actually happened. We had some Russians. They came to Joburg some years ago, and they couldn't believe it. They had so many toilets in their houses. Why do they have so many toilets? Anyhow, the point that I'm trying to make is that whatever we think we want initially is because we want the thing or the person or the event or the whatever it is. But at some point, something inside goes, no, wait a minute. What kind of game is this? If I remove the feeling, none of this, none of this has value.
Yeah.
So the feeling is the value.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
So now we had level of experience, see you, I see everything, right? Experience, okay, fine. And we're not going into how that works because it's another discussion. We'll come back to the end. The next thing we saw is that there's a parallel universe, in fact, parallel universes, plural. In this universe, there's a cat. In that universe over there, there's an elephant. Over there, there's a room with equipment. Okay? But it's not this. And as soon as we cross over, where the attention goes to this other place, suddenly everything has meaning. Ah, the sound cat only has meaning if that other dimension is active, playing the video of the cat. The word guitar only has meaning when your attention goes to that other dimension and sees a guitar, Stratocaster of a particular color. That's the world of meaning. But why do we bother with these things? We bother because of the feeling. My goodness. So we give value to things based on the feeling that awakens within us. It doesn't come from the object. It's been sitting here, and look, there's no guitar, there's nothing. And you were like, wow, okay, that's obvious. Then we said, all right, remove the feeling, all the stuff. No, I don't want. Wow. So the feeling is the dimensional value.
Yeah.
So if you had to choose between having the guitar or having the feeling without the guitar, what would you choose?
Can you say that again?
Somebody gives you a guitar. This is the best Stratocaster in the world. It's perfect wood. It's signed by Jimi Hendrix. I don't care, whatever. You know what I mean? But no feeling.
Okay, they're only just not.
It's obvious, right?
I mean, everyone loves Les Pauls. I've got no.
Yeah.
But I had for a feeling.
Edit the feeling.
Yeah.
The feeling. Okay. So the dimension of value has to do with feeling. Again, just to jump to a little bit on neuroscience, if this is a brain, this is half a brain, this is the top, the new brain. We're talking about the middle part of the brain, the emotional brain, okay? The limbic system, if you like these funny words. And so it's that level which came before the new brain that gives value to the activities of the new brain, which is imagination, imagery, and all the rest of it. If that thing is removed, nothing has value. Wow. And guess what? The feeling is in you. It's portable. If the two of us go and sit over there, we can have the same conversation, same feeling. So it's not here. It's not in the guitar. It's in you. And only to waiting, in fact, the kind of person you are, you're only going to give yourself permission to feel that way if the guitar is like this. Agreed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Very specific.
And again, if we reflect on other experiences that we've had, and I can give examples, many, it's like, I want this, I want it, and then I get it. And it's great for a while, and then the new model comes. I can talk about bikes.
It's not as you imagined it would be.
For the per peak. And then you have it for a year, and then the new model comes, you think, oh, never mind, I want that.
Yeah. True.
The thing that was the love of your life, my life, I'm talking motorbikes, okay? But look at the new model. Leave this, I want that. And so we've shifted from the level of experience to the level of meaning to the level of value. And value is feeling. And feeling is a primitive part of the brain which precedes thought and imagination. Wow. Okay. Now comes the last stage. One of the great, in fact, the great mystery in science, in philosophy, in human existence. There's one great mystery which human beings, and I'm talking scientists now, not the person in the street, have nothing to say. And that is the word consciousness. Nobody in this world understands how a photon hits the eye, it becomes chemical activity, it becomes electrical activity, it goes to the back of the brain. This part is the visual part of the brain, right? But nobody knows how this electrical activity becomes an image. In the case that we were talking, a cat, a guitar, doesn't matter what it is, or seeing something with your eyes. How the hell does electricity become pictures? Okay, that's already a mystery. But what the hell is it that is capable of seeing the pictures? What is going on? And strangely enough, what you see, even though you said, I saw this gray cat, if I say I also see a gray cat, I'm not seeing the same cat. I'm seeing my version, you're seeing yours. Technically, we're not in the same room. Sorry. You two guys are in relationships? Nah, you're going to have to figure this out. So each one is in a parallel universe of their own because I've come from a tradition of Greek upbringing and living in South Africa under certain conditions and this and that and the other. I have all these life experiences which determine my response. to the word cat, for example. Okay, you'll have yours. And so even though we might be talking about the cat, and we're thinking, oh, we know what we're talking about, we don't. Because your cat and mine, okay, so phew, what kind of world are we in now? Wow, each one of us seems to be in a world of our own, pretending to be in relationship. Let me not make this sound bad. Let me go the other extreme. In hypnosis studies, I think, I'm not sure, some university on the West Coast, UCLA, I'm not sure. They were doing research on hypnosis. So they had two subjects, A and B. Every day they would come, they would lie on the bed. A would talk to B. Okay, lie there, okay, fine, relax, close your eyes. Now imagine we're going for a walk and you're walking down the street. Hypnosis. Okay. A few days into this, B would preempt A. Hey, do you see the yellow bird? Yes, A would say, I see the yellow bird, before he said, okay? A few weeks into this, B disappeared. There was no B. A was struck by having an experience and there was no B. So obviously when the person would, what happened? Where was I? I don't know. I'm not doing this anymore. So B got up and left. What I'm trying to illustrate here is that because
A was
yeah, A just took over
okay.
completely. There was no B left. It was like B gone.
Okay.
B gone.
Okay.
Okay. Of
But
course,
then who would kickstart the
when he would
the
return to
spin?
consciousness, says, what happened to me? I don't know. Where were you? So, I disappeared. No, I'm not doing this anymore. Okay. The point that I'm trying to make is, think of it another way, right? Say I'm watching something on my phone, a video, whatever it may be, and it's really interesting and I'm really into it.
Mm.
And I'm 5. I haven't yet determined or developed the ability to step back and go, to have the ability to dissociate. I haven't developed that ability yet. I'm too young, right? I'm not in that thing. And if I grow up like that and don't develop a little bit of cognitive muscle, I'm at the mercy of the thing. I mean, there are studies upon studies of how kids go a little bit weird when they don't have the development of dissociation, of the ability to step back and have perspective.
Yeah.
And so what I'm coming back to the AI and I'm saying, look, the level of experience, which is the bottom of the barrel really, is going to become so compelling for people that don't have any idea about the world of the cat or the world of value. And they're going to be thinking, oh, my happiness comes from the phone.
Yeah.
And it's a well-known, it's, what is it? The Wi-Fi syndrome or whatever. You go to a place, there's no Wi-Fi and the kid's got no Wi-Fi. Right? Okay.
Yeah, the natural world doesn't really have any immediate feel. Yeah.
Oh, good. It's not the world that's not good enough. It's the feeling, the dopamine that I'm getting isn't high enough.
A quick dopamine hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've associated the phone with the dopamine. As opposed to, hang on, this thing comes from within. It doesn't come from the phone.
But in that something that's not exactly clear.
Yeah.
What's on the phone is optimized for dopamine
Yes.
stimulation or whatever.
Yes.
Through the colors or the movements or the whatever.
Yeah.
Surprise. So the question is, it does in a way come from the phone.
No, it creates the illusion that it comes from the phone. At no stage does the human go, I'm capable of this feeling, which this phone is evoking in me.
Okay.
The same movie, if let's say you have a 5-year-old and they're watching cartoons. If you and I look at the cartoon, what the hell is this?
Yeah, it's not exactly
Child stuff. I don't want to watch.
Yeah.
There's no power in the movie. But for the 5-year-old, there is.
Right.
So that image is sufficient to trigger his brain to release the dopamine.
Okay.
But it's not the phone that's doing it. He's inherently able to the dopamine. It's just that he needs that trigger. You and I might need a different movie. You need the Stratocaster movie. I need the Ducati movie. Anybody has got their own preferred poison.
Right.
Okay? But the point is, nobody realizes, hang on. It's not coming from the thing. It's within me, and all the thing does is it triggers it. That's the conclusion. Okay? Okay. Now, so we've come from the new brain to the middle brain. Now, right in the brain stem, the part that goes from the back of the skull right down the spinal cord, there's a very primal, primitive part of the brain called the brain stem. Lizards have it. It's called the reptilian brain. Okay, so if I had to say to you, If you had to choose between the guitar and the feeling, you said definitely the feeling. Okay, we've covered that. But now let me ask you another question. If you had to choose between the good feeling and consciousness, this is a difficult one. The feeling is good. It's delicious. I love this feeling. But remove consciousness, there's nothing.
No, then there wouldn't be anything.
What a strange predicament.
Hmm.
In
The
the
feeling is
actual-
dependent on.
There's no feeling, nothing. There's no existence.
Yeah.
Whoa, what? Now, I don't know how to ask this question. I'll ask it, see what happens, if something happens, if something doesn't. If I were to say to you, is it possible in your mind to go, this is the world of experience. Okay, I see it. Close the eyes. Now I see the cat. I see the guitar better. It's easier. I see the guitar. I hear the sound. I get the feeling. I'm in this world now. Is it possible to take another step back? This is a question, right? And realize, aha, this image and this feeling has arisen in consciousness. Most unusual request. This is way out.
Yeah.
Completely 3 standard deviations from the norm.
Can you just say it again? Can you just describe it again? And then
So what we're doing is we're taking the attention away. I'm demonstrating, okay? Yeah, I'm looking at the world. This is the world of experience. I'm looking, I see this, I see whatever. Then I close the eyes. Okay, now what do I see? There's a bit of highlights, whatever, and then darkness. Okay, fine. Then, now this is my movie. So, boom, I see a red Ducati. Oh, there's the nice one. Oh, look at it. Yum. Then I get the feeling. Or this is a great image. And oh, what a great feeling. In that moment, I put in a request. I want you to take this feeling and this image and keep it here, and I'm going to just fall backwards so that the feeling and the image remain here, and I just spread out such that the feeling and the image appear to be something that has arisen in a huge field of consciousness. This is just a suggestion. So, in your case, you see, you close the eyes, you see the guitar, you see the office, all of that stuff. You have the feeling.
close my eyes.
Yeah, just go through it in your own time. Yeah, you don't have to say anything, just go through it and then allow the image and the feeling and you just falling backwards and experience those two as objects in consciousness.
Okay.
What was that like?
That's strange, actually.
And if you like, when
Yeah.
when you let the image of the guitar and the feeling step back, as your experience expands, you can put in a thought just for the sake of this. I am. And that stuff happens. Like a feeling of being.
Right. When you initially said it, would you have feeling or consciousness?
Yeah.
The experience of going under general anesthetic came to mind. That
Yes.
where you're going in for an operation and you're there and you're in the recovery ward.
Yes.
And there is nothing that happened there.
Yeah. Correct.
So it wouldn't matter what I was feeling. It
Yeah.
would be irrelevant.
Yeah. But you see, nobody thinks about it. If it weren't for consciousness, and I'm repeating this, okay, there's nothing more mysterious, there's nothing more inscrutable. In the neuroscience world, they call it the hard problem of consciousness because people don't even know how to approach the thing, let alone study it, because it's not an object. This is the problem. Consciousness, to use some jargon, unfortunately, is a subject. It's not an object. You can't say there's consciousness. No, it's the thing that is. How do you see the thing that sees? Yeah. And so we made this little game to say, okay, I can see the guitar and I'm imagining it drifting into the distance. I can feel the feeling and I'm allowing it to just be there and I'm falling back and expanding into, this is an image, obviously. Spaciousness, I am. And then the feeling and the other stuff arises in my consciousness. And then you can come forward again and take the feeling, oh, this is great, and then the guitar, and then back into the room. That transition from being outward to withdrawing slowly to being in the world of the mind, let's call it, into the feeling, which gives things value, falling further backward into pure consciousness, and then back again into the room. That transition is what makes us human. If we're mesmerized with the world, we're not human, sorry. There's no, if you got much choice, human. So do this one more time, because I think it would be nice if you put some words into this. This is what it felt like. This is what it was like, to allow the image to drift, to allow the feeling to just a little bit distance. And then there's consciousness in which this arises. Okay, go for it.
So to speak through it as it's being experienced.
Want to talk you through it? Or do you want to
And yeah, just
what's easier for you?
well,
Let me talk you through it.
like it, yeah, if you wouldn't mind.
And so, as we're sitting here, you can see the room around us, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If you close your eyes, okay, do this. Do a preparation first. Okay. Look at your finger like this. This is my finger. This is not my finger. Agreed. This is me. This is not them. Okay. Now, put your hand like this. Relax completely. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Can you tell where your finger ends and where space begins? Do not move. Suddenly the boundaries are blurred. We've stepped into a different dimension. We've left the visual field behind. We're in the dimension of sensation.
Yeah.
In that dimension now, we conjure up an image of a guitar and a pedal and a fantastic studio. And wow, isn't it amazing? Look at this guitar is delicious, my God. And that pedal, oh God, and those speakers, and this, and and the sound. And then this feeling comes up. As the feeling comes up, you go, oh my God, this is amazing. I love this. And then you realize, hang on, this feeling wasn't here 2 minutes ago. It only arose now. Okay, good. Let it stay here. And you allow yourself, whatever that means, to expand and fall backward and leave the feeling behind, so that you realize you are bigger than the feeling. And allow that feeling of consciousness to expand, because there's no boundaries really. Expand and expand and expand in all directions. And then, in your own time, let the awareness come forward again. First, it meets the feeling and goes, ooh, what a good friend this is. Put it on. That feels fantastic. Lovely feeling. And then from there forward into the room of the music. My God, this stuff is so good. I love this guitar, man. I love it. Okay? And recognize that it is as easy as that. So that when you open your eyes, you go, wait a minute, I get to choose. Either I can have my attention in the world, in this room, in that thing, in the world of experience, or I can have my attention in my world. At least you now have choice, and that's what makes you human. If there's no choice, how can you be human?
Yeah. So the danger is that we lose the ability to do that, or we
Forget it, wait for me. Every child in the world knows you pick up the stick, it's a sword, done. Nobody has to explain to children. I mean, I was watching a little girl on the beach the other day. The parents were busy. The kid was kind of bored. Then she got bored with them. She got up. She started hopping. I don't know what she was imagining. I mean, it took no effort at all. She was just doing stuff in her world.
Yeah.
And of course, you go to school. Hey, pay attention here. What are you doing? Here, I'm talking. You at the back. You, number 7. Okay? And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. All I'm saying is it's a bad thing if it prevents the person from realizing that they have the choice. That's the problem.
Right.
And AI is going to wipe the floor with us if we don't know this much. So that's the summary. The world of experience, The world of meaning, where the video of the cat gives meaning to the sound cat. The world of value, where the feeling is the value. The feeling gives the guitar value.
Yeah.
It's not the guitar. It's the feeling that we project the value. We can go into the neuroscience of this. It's very interesting, but it gets complicated. There's no need. It's as simple as that. Aha. And then none of this would exist if it wasn't for this mysterious thing called consciousness.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if the consciousness itself, as an exercise, begins to dissociate, distance, create distance between images and feelings and everything, even identity, but now this is going a little bit too far, into its own awareness of itself. And then starts to, aha, there's a feeling. I put it on. Oh, this is such a good feeling. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, and I love this. Man, this is so good. The material. Oh, look at this. Listen. Okay. And then look at the room and go, I get to choose this world or that world.
Okay. Well, there it is.
That's the sum. Again, for the sake of taking this into a bigger context, right? Throughout history, in every culture, I don't think there's a single exception, black, white, north, south, you name it. Some human beings have figured this out spontaneously. I don't know how they've done it. And those people generally, it depends. Some of them got involved with society and radically changed. Steve Jobs, for example. He had images, he had ideas, he had all kinds of experiences, went to India, God forbid, came back, changed the world with the iPhone. My goodness, the biggest company in the world, Apple. Wow, okay. I'm saying this is not fantasy. This is what I wanted to say. This is not some kind of woo-woo fantasy stuff. It's reality for all of us. And it has some individuals have taken these things and made it practical as anything. Others went to the top of a mountain and said, you can have it. My world is 10 times better than this. But consciousness remains a mystery. So that's the summary.
Okay.
We good?
Thank you, Panos. All right. So as we were going through that final kind of go back and back and back, I think it would have been better if I'd chosen something that I had more kind of a visceral,
Okay.
kind of real desire for. Because I had a sense of, okay, there was almost discussion, as you're saying, the guitar. I haven't played guitar for a while.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a bit rusty. Then and in a sense, I programmed myself to say, no, you're imagining you can play perfectly.
There you go.
Okay, there's the feeling.
There you go. There you go.
So then it was like, okay, you got to almost like program it in to say,
Yeah.
okay, I can play like anyone. Then it's fine. Because the general sense is that when you pick up the guitar, you haven't practiced it for a while, it's painful. It's irritating.
Something I'll do, and this is the recording, capture this, right? What you just described is the essence of what people call magic, right? What have you just done? Or alchemy. I don't know. These are funny words, okay?
Okay.
But what does it mean? It means I'm thinking, if only I could play better. What feeling am I getting? Not such a good feeling. Am I able to change it? Of course. How? Well, if I can just play better. I can just imagine that. You've just
Imagine yourself playing
you've just
better.
transformed your experience.
Right.
And the step to do that is you go, wait a minute, what am I eating? I'm eating this mediocre feeling. I don't want to eat that. I want this. How do I go from here to here? Well, if only I could just, watch me play.
So would you say that in order to, in this example, to be able to play better,
Yeah.
there has to be a sense of, I know what I want to play.
Yes.
You have to set it as a standard and then work towards it. Or because
You see, in your mind, you know what good playing is.
yeah.
Nobody has to tell you. You've seen it, you know it, your replicas are done. But there's a little line of code that says no, but you're not ready because you haven't practiced and you're a bit rusty and you really couldn't play like that. By the way, when that thought came in your mind, whose voice was it that said that? Was it male or female?
There is a vision of me playing badly. It was like
I get it.
a feeling. There was a feeling of playing bad.
The fingers are not moving. Okay. Who played to play on that video?
Where is me in the picture?
By which me?
It was sort of like looking down at the hands and.
Yeah, we're talking. Suddenly the video starts playing. Which video? Well, you can't play good enough.
Yeah.
Listen, who are you kidding? To me, it sounds
You
like
could say it's my voice.
it sounds like
Yeah, it is my
a
voice.
critic saying, "Listen, who are you?
Yeah,
kidding?
yeah, yeah.
Who the fuck are you kidding?"
This wouldn't be joyful. This wouldn't be pleasure.
On play. It's talking to you in some voice.
Yeah. No, it was in a sense that it felt artificial
Yes.
because it was a vision of me not playing well.
Wait. Artificial. Whose voice in your mind is that word artificial? There's the voice. Artificial. This is artificial.
It is me saying artificial. Yeah. It's sort of a commentary that's running. It's like,
It's magic. Magic in the sense of, well, if I catch you in the passage and go, artificial, you're going to go, oh, yeah, artificial. Yeah. You understand?
I would just think that's weird, though.
Of course it's weird. Of course.
If someone says to me artificial, I wouldn't even know.
People who do video production,
Yeah.
the serious mind manipulators,
Okay.
this stuff has been studied in every university in the world. This is not new. They optimize for this,
For what?
for catching the attention.
Okay.
Some people get, and of course, there's statistics, right? There's standard deviations and distribution curves. The majority of the people are going to have this reaction most of the time about this. We know that, for example, disasters have a bigger impact than happy news.
Yeah.
So all the news, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, just in summary, I think what you were saying, it makes sense as you work through it, but you just haven't looked at it. I haven't looked at
Yes,
it. It's obvious,
yes.
but you just don't normally see it
Nobody
that
bothered
way.
to pay attention.
Yeah.
This is not new. It has been happening for who knows how long.
Yeah. Now, what would you say is the step forward from here? Because it is just a matter of that you know that that's how things work.
The summary goes like this. Most of us primarily acknowledge the world of experience. We say, this is real. This is reality. This is reality. It's not reality. There's nothing solid here. Look, you think this is touching? It's not. It's electromagnetic repulsion.
But
In the world of atoms, there's no touching. But touching is impossible.
Yeah, with Panos,
Yeah.
you can appreciate it, but it's not the experience.
I disagree.
I mean, if you are doing that, you might.
No. Take a baby. Take a baby.
I mean, the example you said here, can you feel the edge of your finger when you're close? You can't. Yeah, but your visual sense or your feeling sense.
Okay, then let me change the narrative.
Yeah.
When we are obsessed with the visual channel of experience, we show an image and say, this is me. Hell no.
Say that again.
Okay. We have seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, touching. There are other senses, proprioception, interoception. Let's not go there, right? The 5 that we all understand.
Okay. Yeah.
Out of those, the visual is king. If I say, who are you? You don't take some writing and say, this is me. You show me a picture. This is Richard. This is a little bit presumptuous. Why should the visual channel be the description of who you are? We both know that who you feel you are is how you recognize yourself in the morning. You don't look in the mirror and say, oh, this is me. You wake up in the morning and go, oh, yeah, this is me, because you feel a certain way.
Yeah.
So how does this work now? When I say, who are you? You show me visual information. But in yourself, it's kinesthetic.
Your ID book.
It's kinesthetic.
Yeah.
Whoa, what confusion is this now? Why don't we introduce ourselves in a kinesthetic way? Nobody does it, right? I'm just saying though.
Okay.
When I wake up in the morning, I know I'm me because of the way that I feel. But when I introduce myself, if someone says, who are you? I saw a picture, so this is me. Really? How is it possible? And besides, we know the picture is from yesterday and it's not me and all that kind of stuff. And so we got all these norms which are confusing and nobody has bothered to examine them. And then on top of it, we say, no, this is reality and this is fantasy. Okay, you can have the reality. I don't want it. A lot of young people are doing this. They're saying, I don't want this world. In China, there's a movement. They're tuning out. Young people are saying, what do I want relationship for? I go to AI. How many girlfriends? What do I want this crazy woman for? Go away. You understand what I'm saying? This is happening. This is not future. It's happening now.
But, okay.
And it's a surrogate.
Yeah.
If you have an AI ideal that says, whatever fantasy you want me with horns, you want me with wings, whatever you want, whatever crazy thing you want, you can have. And there comes this girl says, hello, listen, I had my own ideas. Oh, please go away. I want my stuff. Just don't. There's not.
Yeah. But there's real danger in that.
Of course, well, it's an evolutionary step. We'll see where it leads.
Yeah.
But the point that I'm making is, because we haven't examined these things, they seem preposterous. But it's common experience. Everybody sees the cat. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to say a thing. I've spent 40 years in education. I can say, put my hand in the fire and say, this is true. What? If a person makes an image in their mind, they will never forget anything. The essence of knowledge is having the video in your head. It's as simple as that. 40 years in engineering education, that's what I know. 90% pass rate. Awards. I mean, such a simple thing.
Yeah.
And so all I'm suggesting is that as the person becomes familiar with the quality of feeling, which is value, and the fact that it all happens because of consciousness, there's a balance and therefore there's choice.
I think what I've actually taken away from this
Yeah.
is I hadn't really considered that we place value on the realm of ideas.
Yes.
I just was aware of the realm of ideas.
Yes.
So I was well of it, you can visualize something, but I hadn't put together that is value is given it to that. And that's what brings the joy or the lack of joy. Like you mentioned Ducati, like I've got no sense of that, no interest in Ducati. Like it doesn't bring about anything. So why would I even spend any time on worrying about a Ducati? Yeah. But a Stratocaster, yes.
What can you see now?
Yeah.
It is going to be that color, that finish.
And even the feeling arises to say, yeah, Stratocaster. Actually, not a Stratocaster, Pacifica.
No,
Yamaha Pacific.
Anyway,
it's based on a Stratocaster.
so here we have an experience, not some theory, not some opinion, an actual experience of going, my God.
But what is it that, okay, just out of interest, like what is it that resonates for that? I mean, why is it that I've got an interest in that?
When you say I, you, or me, who are you?
Like I've got an interest in a Yamaha Pacifica. As I did think Yamaha Pacifica.
Well, okay. Here's a bit of science, guys. You take two rats, you put them in a cage and you shock them. Every time you put electricity, you spray them with a perfume. You shock them and you spray them. You keep doing this until by spraying them, they jump. Now they're conditioned. What do? You breed them. Okay, now what? So these rats have a generation of rats. You take those little rats now, they've never been shocked in their life, nothing. And you spray them with a perfume. What do? They jump. What? Okay. You take those rats, the second generation, you breed them. The third generation, you spray them, they jump. 7 generations down, the freaking rats jump. That's called conditioning. Intergenerate. You, my friend, and me, and everybody is carrying crazy stuff. Let's say from 3 generations, let's be generous. Your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, what mad life they had, what wars that they'd been through, what craziness, right? All of that, you and I might wake up in the middle of the night and go, my God, I'm not feeling well. Where is this anxiety coming from? Well, it might be grandpa's anxiety that came through when your prefrontal cortex is out of the way. I don't know. So, I mean, we're going sideways now, but the point of the matter is, this other dimension really has no boundaries.
So, in summary, what is the main thing to take away from this? I mean,
You see, each person will have to find their own, what can I say, thing that makes them excited. For me, information, knowledge, experience, questions, very important. Curiosity, huge value for me, huge value. Curiosity, what is this? What? Okay, that's me. Another person say, no, safety first. Okay, let's look at it from the safety angle. If I understand that real value lies within me, not in an object, does my perception of safety change? Of course it does. Oh, I never thought of it like that.
why would that change?
Well, think of it like this. If something is to be threatened, say I have a prized possession, my Stratocaster, and it gets stolen.
That's a problem. That's a big problem.
Yes. Unless I go, wait a minute, how interesting is this? That Stratocaster has no value to Panos. He likes kids, right? He doesn't care about this shit. Okay, fine. Therefore, it's the idea. I still have the feeling. As long as the poison doesn't come, oh, my Stratocaster has been stolen, and then all right? Hey, you can have the box. I don't give a damn. I got the feeling, dude. I've got the real stuff. You can have the Stratocaster. What the feeling is here. That has to be known. You've just tasted it now. You say, hey, you know what? I don't know there was value. My gosh, I thought the thing gives it to me. If what we've been playing with becomes your lived reality, well, your values will change. Fundamentally, will right away. If you really get it, and I mean get it, that every value is within you now. Whoa. That's a very heavy thing to lay on somebody.
Okay. And do you carry this out as a
No, one doesn't level what anybody else does.
okay. But thank you very much for using that today.
But you understand what I'm saying? It's so obvious
Yeah.
when you experience it. If you hear about it, if you hear some other person doing it,
It's like a map. If you map out the
I'm
territory.
going to say this with a little bit of, okay. For me, the image of Jesus on the cross is some guy saying, guys, you can have all of this. This is useless. But real value is beyond. No, the kingdom of God is within. What you want to do damage to this? Oh, go ahead. Yeah, whatever. No, they don't know what they're doing. What can I say? I mean, to be honest,
Yeah.
in this conversation, that word suddenly has meaning. It's not the Stratocaster, it's the feeling that has the value. It's not this physical feeling.
And the consciousness of the feeling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And you can't change that.
Yeah.
Consciousness can never be altered, but that's a different discussion.